Alright, anyway, enough about box lollies. We only care about... Wait for it. Wait for it. Train lollies. Wow, look at that. Train. And more vids. I'm not watching more of his videos, alright? It's already... Watching one already made me lose half of the brain cells in my head. Especially since the other two are actually VR chat. So, you know... Anyway, instead of reading what Dexter just typed out, last time we started hiring some allies, I guess. We started talking to people. Sure. And then realized that half of the shit in this town is run by children. Like the bank and the boating. I don't know. Last time we got sexually violated by Hachidoku. Okay. Dexter, I need you to delete half the messages you type out. From now on. I don't want to read that shit. Any messages you write out about Hachidoku, you need to stop. Yeah. I mean, like, not much happened. You know, we got acquainted with some people, and, yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of that one. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna... Oh, you don't hear that. But, yeah. Why did you delete the flat is justice one? And lol, instead of delicious flat chests? There you go. Oops. Right. Anyway, let's just get into it, alright? Dexter, you stop talking, alright? So, yeah. Let's just go. Seeing my hesitation, Hachidoku speaks to me in a kind voice.
随分と現実的な方でしたね、赤い宮司は。
現実的だな。それゆえ、自分の見込みの甘さを思い知らされた。
Reverend Akai knows how the Imperial Railway ended, as well as how it brought a decline to the people of Ohitoyo. In my carefree eyes, coming back from the capital, what I see and what they see are entirely different.
理想で飯が食えるのならば、鉄道も川下りも衰退しない。まず示すべきは、飯を食えるという事実か。
The repair of 8620 will naturally take lots of time. Assuming there will be people who are merely volunteering, passion alone won't last more than 2 weeks.
協力者を集めるより先、作業が始まった場合に、それを維持できるだけの準備を。
Thanks for the hydrate. Wherever it went. Huh? Oh, head pad is hidden under the hat. Unlucky. Which one was it? This one. And, the stretch.
そして、準備とはおおむね金策。おっしゃられることごもっともではあるのですけど。
Maitetsu has doubts of her own, just in different ways. Among the advice that Reverend Kai provided is to talk with the bank.
案ずるより産むが安しか。
But I don't like either choice. In these cases, it's best to choose what can be done the quickest. What kind of sorcery anime do you want that I might like? Do you know that I might like? I guess Tawaru? I've always done so, and I will do that this time as well.
86、蔵に向かうぞ。まずは枕姉に相談してみよ
う。Toharu, where did you get the H from?
はい。宗哲様がそれでよろしいのでしたら、86はお供いたします。
Is this for the best? I don't know. We head to the brewery in silence. Towaru, yes.
あら、そうちゃんに86ちゃん。醸造蔵に来るとは珍しかとね。
It's been a while.
う。枕姉に相談したいことがあってきた。
相談事なら、今に上がると
いや、ここで。ここの方がいい。
The longer I wait, the harder it'll get. And it's good that I don't see Hibiki today either.
なんね、おっかない顔して。
今、ポーレットたちと計画していることがある。
I tell her about finding 8620 and about the repair plan. About what I learned from Old Man Minokasa, Nagi, and Fukami, and Reverend Akai. A certain magical index, yeah. And a certain scientific railgun. I try to summarize everything as concisely as possible, and that's enough for Makoda to come to the conclusion before I finish.
そんなら、そうちゃんは経営資源が欲しいんね。右田に頼らず、そうちゃんだけで賄える資源が。
With Misako, yes. Yeah. Mikoto. Blue Archive just had collab. Yeah, I know. And they're shit characters, apparently, so, you know. The one time I could have gotten into Blue Archive, you know, they dropped the ball. See, this is exactly why I didn't want to talk to Makoda about it. If I get used to how easy it is to depend on her, my ability to put in actual effort will disappear entirely. That's just Sato in Loves with Garnish.
経営資源とは何でしょう。
There must have been more than she expected. Hachiroku speaks up about her doubts, to which Makoda swiftly answers.
86ちゃんにとってお金ってどぎゃんもんかね。お金は固定費を削り運賃収入を増やせば黒字化していくものです。
Does that white-haired lolly get with the pro tag? In dojins, yeah.
しかしそれでも赤字な場合は周辺事業でお金を稼がねばなりません。
What do you mean? What do you mean? Protag doesn't get with anyone, even Mikoto.
周辺事業。
鉄道会社の広大な敷地面積と集客力を生かしてのホテル、観光、商業施設の運営などが代表的なものです。
Makoto nods in a way that indicates she's impressed by the answer. Which anime should I watch? A popular one. I just gave you one. You would most recommend One Piece?
そんなら、鉄道会社の経営資源は、敷地面積、集客力、運
With
賃収入を稼げる列車と人員、ということになると。
with a romance, Lolly, Toradora.
あ、
With that, Hachiroku understands. No, Makoto led Hachiroku to the answer using the fewest number of steps.
経営資源とは、でしたら、それを使えばお金を稼ぐことができる素材でしょうか。
What about that with some action? You've already watched most of the shonen ones with lollies and romance in them.
そうね。普通に使えば普通に稼げて、上手に組み合わせればドーンと稼げる。そういう素材。
Other than Demon Slayer doesn't have romance. What are you talking about?
普通と上手な組み合わせですか。
例えばね。86ちゃん、見てみ？あの子。
Makoto points at an employee I've never seen before who's meticulously cleaning.
あの子の経営資源は丁寧さと根気。よく動く手足と注意深い目いうとこなんよ。
素晴らしい美徳だと思います。
それを普通に使うて、掃除版の時給の750円を稼ぐたい。
All new employees are first placed on cleaning duties when they are first hired at the brewery. They do it for at least a year. At most, they stay at it forever. If they do not surpass that, they will not be allowed to be part of making shochu. Arifureto. I mean, I guess.
こっちの子は同じ資源に加えて鼻の良さと経験を持ち寄るけ、工事版のお仕事をしてもらおうとるばい。
He continually does the delicate work of maintaining the malt and mash at a certain temperature. I recognized the woman on Malt Watch. When I left Ohitoyo, she was still on cleaning duties. I only watched the first episode of Assassin's Pride, I think. Well, I've never heard of it, so...
それができるようになると、時給は一気に1500円に上がるたい。
5.9? Yeah, no wonder I've never heard of it.
お花の良さと経験とがお給料を2倍に跳ね上げるのですか。
で、あそこにいるおばちゃんは、今までのものに加え、アイディアいう経営資源を持ってるばい。
When it gets to this level, I can recognize their names and faces. That's Momoi's Ihi. He's a veteran brewer at the Migita No. 1 brewery. Migita No. 1 brewery implies that there's more than one.
豆乳を使うて焼酎ば作る。豆乳焼酎いう大ヒット商品の生みの親たい。
それだと時給はいくらになるのですか。
固定給の方は1日8時間、週6日の労働として、時給換算で3000円くらいにはなるたいね。
That sounds a bit low. It's $30 an hour? for working in a brewery? Is that not including risk? What would it be? Like, look, all I'm saying is that working in a brewery can be a dangerous job.
さらに倍ですね。
その上で、うちは新商品の開発者には利益の 10% のインセンティブ、利益報酬を支払うとるばい。
Oh, so that's how you can cut down on salary.
10% の利益報酬。
豆乳焼酎が昨年1年間に稼ぎ出した利益は実に9400万円たい。
その 10% はつまり940万円。
Yeah, that's like what, 90,000? Jesus. A short silence lasting less than a second passes.
お掃除番さんの12,534時間分、1日8時間労働として約4年分のお金です。
経験にアイデアを組み合わせるだけでそれだけの不労所得を稼げるいう実例たい。
I mean, it's a good way to it's a good way to incentivize high quality shochu. It's like if you worked at a game studio and you work at a fixed salary, and the only way to earn more than your salary is if a game you worked on is by releasing a game and getting 10% of the profits from it. So then you'd be incentivized to make as good of a game as possible so that more people would play it, and then more people will buy it, and blah blah blah. And yeah, that
経営資源を上手に組み合わせることで生み出せる利益は大きく膨らむ。
Hachiroku nods widely.
酒造でのお仕事も鉄道会社でのお仕事もその点は全く変わらないのですね。
うんうん、そこはよう分かってくれたみたいやね。
Makita pats Hachiroku on the head and then in an exaggerated way before throwing a gentle gaze at and a question.
その他んとこはどうとや。分からんかったことやら気になったことやらは。
She raises her hand. After waiting for Makita to nod, Hachiroku speaks quickly.
蒸気がこの蔵には立ち込めています。それにパイプがいくつもいくつも走っていますが、
温度管理が焼酎作りには一等重要なところばい。
While saying that, moves to the tank with mash left to ferment. Next to that are two pipes running alongside it. There's a red valve and a blue valve.
赤かバルブのパイプにはお湯、青かバルブのパイプには水が走っとるたい。
Wow, I never would have guessed. Makita sniffs out something. She extends her long fingers and loosens the blue valve just slightly.
バルブば緩めれば勢いよう出て、閉めれば止まる。単純にそぎゃんして温度管理ばしとうとね。
お湯はどうやって沸かしているのです？
Big ass boilers.
そりゃ当然ボイラばい。
No shit. But instead of a coal boiler, light oil is the fuel used. After hearing that, Hachiroku smiles in response. So that means that Hachiroku's food is not being wasted on a shitty ass boiler.
そこは少しだけ残念ですが、それでもとても嬉しいです。焼酎作りと蒸気機関車と似たところもあると分かって。
So that Hachiroku can have more coal for herself. Because there's no other rail lords that require coal. Like her however many sisters they talked about.
Oh.
Yes, that's right. While searching out coal for Hachiroku, and she was hungry. Makoto did mention this.
枕ね、使われていない石炭ボイラがまだこの家にはあると聞いたと記憶しているが。
あるたい。もっとも、使うなら相当に手ば入れんといけん代物やけんど。
手を入れれば、整備修復をすれば使えるということか。
保証ばできんばって、可能性はあるたい。
If you fix it, will it work? If you fix it and didn't work and it doesn't work, you didn't fix it.
ならばだ。
Let's first do some maintenance and repair on the coal boiler. Naturally, this will become a good experience that can connect to maintaining and repairing 8620's boiler.
そして、石炭ボイラ。
Ah, shit.
石炭ボイラということは、
Down boiler.
そして、石炭ボイラの修復が叶った時には、それをもって、焼酎を作るのだ。
石炭ボイラということは、
そう。8620が使うものと全く同じ石炭を使い、水を使っての焼酎だ。
It uses the same coal because there isn't a different coal. What do you mean?
蒸気機関車の動力源と同じ材料で作られる焼酎ということになるのですね。
I like the way that sounds. It gives the impression of instilling strength just by drinking it.
名付けるなら、そう。蒸気焼酎、お人よしの86でどうだろう。
The moment I say that, Hatsudoku jumps up with joy. Her actions are far from being maidenlike, but it still seems graceful.
素敵です。私、それでしたら異常燃焼を起こしたとしても、ぜひとも飲みたく思います。
いけるかもしれんね。その8620やらの修復、当然公開でやるったい？
Yeah, it kind of doesn't have a choice in that matter.
ああ。
Considering Makoto, even if she's making a shit ton of money from the brewery, is paying off a shit ton of debt. So my outburst of fondness is interrupted as an affirmation by Makoto.
じゃったら、そん時に試作品を売ってみるとよかとね。いけそうなら8620復活とともに本格展開たい。
そうしてもらえるなら助かる。
そうちゃん、ここの杜氏はうちやけんね。杜氏の決めよることならそら絶対ばい。
Why are you looking at me like that? What do you mean by that?
ありがとう。枕ね。
I bow down as deeply as I can. In such a short amount of time and a few words, Makoto lets me realize the answer.
経営資源を組み合わせる。それにより、利益を何倍にも膨らませる。
It has a great effect at the individual level. There's no choice but to expand on it.
僕は86のオーナーだ。
はい。私と8620とは、紛れもない相鉄様の経営資源です。
If Hatsudoku had a last name, would her last name be Nizero? Actually, how do they say zero? They say Maru, right? So would her full name be Hatsudoku ni Maru?
そして、ポーレットにも、響にも、ミノカサ老人にも、ナギ深みにも、それぞれの経営資源がある。
I'll ask Hibiki for the label design for the bottle shape. I can ask old man Minokasa to introduce me to a glass of pottery craftsman. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me do this first. Okay, I talk about how Hachidoku, right, is just the name of the train, right? Right, 8620. But of course, Ren is the same, right? Her train is the Kiha 07, and Reina literally means 07. So, yeah. Just fun Japanese fact or whatever. It makes the names very easy. The rail shop, rail station, Kuma River downstream, boat deck is. We can secure new sales routes aiming for tourists. You like traps, right? Sure. What do you mean?
8620修復自体をお人よ全体の経営資源として共有する。その活用で利益を埋めるとみんなに考えてもらえるように。
そうじゃ、よー気づいたね。
Makuda smiles happily, satisfied.
稼ぎたければ稼がせる。それは商いの基本たい。
うん、枕ね。
Okay, I don't like how you said Discord NSFW. I've gained another resource by learning to think about how accurate Reverend Akai's advice was. Now that I understand, I better make sure I take each step prudently so that I don't fail.
ともかく石炭ボイラだ。修復できねば、すべては絵に描いた餅に終わってしまう。
VN. Okay, let me see this. Split second detour. Joso Sanmyaku. Haven't you already shown me this?
私をぜひお役立てください。ボイラ構造については記憶が鮮明である気がします。
IDK. Yeah, no.
うん。もちろん役に立ってもらうぞ。
You want it? No, I don't want it. Especially if I can't stream it. But that's not enough. Even if it's just enough. I can't let it stay that way. You know what I mean. Shut up. In order to create a large profit share that will involve all of Hitoyo, just like Makoda said, I'll have to make them work.
その上で枕ね、一つ教えてほしいことがある。
ボイラ屋さんの電話番号と
He anticipates everything. If it were my younger self, I'd have resisted simply on principle. But now I know how useless cheap pride is. Makoda is the one whom I should involve more than anyone. When GSS, you know what? If you keep asking, I'm never gonna. No, I don't want.
うん、その通りだ。お願いしたい。つながらんか。
Makoda and I discussed many things involving this. Before we know it, it's already 9 o'clock. Why? Because I already told you I don't like the idea of having to watch the bad endings so that I get more story shit. And being forced to watch through these characters that I meant to like get be brutally tortured to death. I thought you wanted to play it. I never said I wanted to play it. I said it was interesting enough. I called before dinner too. Seems like I'll have to try another day.
外でも歩くか。
Still too early to sleep, but my mind is way too tired for me to do anything. I should exercise a little. And, I know, I should practice shoveling coal 400 times. Okay, Which Patreon exclusive are you going to do first? Fucking Nukitashi, you know, the one you gifted me.
少し出てくる。
But I'll probably do that, like, after Irasekai. I don't know. At least when I have... How do you say it? Not time. I already have time. But I need to get through all the hate scenes first. We've asked Hachiroku to prepare the materials at this hour. Hibiki's probably studying. I quietly exit out the front door to make sure I don't interfere.
Oh,
Have you made any progress? I wanted to, and then I slept and kept sleeping. Look, I wanted to yesterday, but yeah. Oh shit. Speaking of the devil, or not, I just called her earlier. It's certainly a surprise.
さっき電話をしたのだが。
Paulette, being nervous, fumbles for her cell phone in her pouch.
ほんとさっきごめんなさい。急いで歩いてて気がつかなくて。
Best girl so far. Makuda.
構わん。というか、急ぎなら。
Damn it. Look, bro. She's playing the same role. She's doing the same thing as Chisato of the main characters. Fuck you. Alright? Of the main characters, Hachiroku.
あ、いえ、ここを目指して相鉄くんと話せるかなって急いでたんです。
僕と
7時頃の電話出られなくて、そのまま時間遅くなっちゃったからかけ直すのも。
I'm satisfied for now. What do you mean for now?
僕は携帯を持たんからな。
いえ、ナビちゃんに禁止されてるのは知ってますし。
携帯の電波が飛行関連機器に悪影響をもたらす危険を気に病むらしい。
Look, that's just another point for trains, alright? The fact that you can't call people while you're flying in the Navi, that's like, you know, what if there's an emergency and you can't answer because it'll fuck up the navigation system.
相鉄くんの命が最優先なんですもん。当然そういう判断になっちゃいますよね。
If you pay attention to the sky, you can hear aircraft everywhere. I don't think I'd want to. When it takes off from the water, I'm sure it gives a lot of sleeping waterfowl a rude awakening.
話すならどうだ。このまま歩かんか。ちょうど僕も駅の方へと向かおうかと思っていた。はい、
喜んでお供します。
Paulette's strides are surprisingly long. She walks quickly, with a good posture too. I find it oddly comfortable knowing that I don't have to match my steps with hers.
なるほどですね。面白い。
I tell her about what Reverend Akai said. Naturally, I mention what Makoda said as well.
そっか、そういう見方もできるんですね。
Paulette only continues to nod. She listens intently, as if she's really interested. Sometimes, I'm able to draw out an opinion from her to which she gives me an honest response.
経営資源、その組み合わせによる活用、うまくできれば理想的って思うんですけど。
そう容易にはいかんよな。
That's what I say, but I'm optimistic. Paulette is with me right now, so rather than practicing shoveling coal,
僕の経営資源を確認しても構わんか。
8620ですね。もちろんです。
With a strangely elated voice. And look, I know if you should call it strange. This is pretty on par with how Paulette acts about when it comes to 8620. Paulette stands in front of me.
石像機関庫に入るなら、こっちから行く方が近いです。
そうか。
We get away from the shortest path to the rail shop and cross the railroad crossing. We go alongside the tracks and head to the station.
ね、近いでしょ？
ほう。
He's right that it is somewhat closer. But more importantly, seeing the scenery here makes me thankful for taking this route.
また表情が変わるものだな。ホーム方向から見るときと。
この角度、私結構お気に入りなんです。
Paulette stretches her fingers while saying that.
お人よ温泉駅士によると、この機関庫は明治41年、本屋とともに作られたそうです。
The year 41. Right.
本国？
あ、駅舎のメインの建物のことです。駅長室とかがある。
なるほど。
本を売るお店屋さんの本屋と同じ字で、本屋。ややこしいですよね、漢字。少しだけ。
そうだな。日の本人の僕にも少し難しい。
Paulette giggles at that.
私だって日の本人ですよ。育ちは結構長い間フランクでしたけど。
I grew up in Frank.
なるほど。ハーフというやつか。ああ、今時はダブルの方がいいのだったか。
Why did they change the name of France? They didn't even change it that much. They just got rid of E.
そんなのどっちでも気にしませんけど。
She gives a satisfied smile. Paulette then taps the tip of her nose.
私は4分の1です。クォーター。母方の祖父がフランク人。
おう。
ちょうどこの機関庫とお揃いです。もともとはこれも4分の1くらいだったそうです。
After hearing that, I look at it with more attentive eyes. Upon examining it, I can see that there is some mishmash of patches here and there.
何度か増築があったのか。
そうですよ。
Her fingers point at the engine storage again.
一番手前、配捨小屋の近く、トタンでむき出しな部分が一番最後の増築部。
一番最後。ならば、ディーゼル機関車などのための増築か。
って書いてありました。石造機関庫自体、一番最初は青屋根のとこの分だけとも。
Would Hachiroku be technically Japanese or no? Hachiroku is Japanese. Because if she wasn't Japanese, her name wouldn't be Hachiroku.
なあ、確かに途中から屋根の色が変わる部分があるな。そのさらに後ろは、あからさまな増築部分か。
前世紀には機関車が入りきらなくなって増築して、それに合わせて脚下車の分も増築したそうです。
She was made in Japan, so she's Japanese.
脚下車区？
客車と貨車の区域だから脚下車区。
その字か。なるほど、理解できた。
私、駅とかは詳しくなくて、ここのことだけ少し調べただけなんですけど。
Even though she doesn't have blood. Yes. I don't know what you're not getting at. Well, I would assume she's Japanese. She was made in Japan, therefore she's Japanese. What does it matter if she doesn't have blood? She says it in a way not really meant to be modest. Bullet turns around looking softly at the engine storage platform and the main building of the station.
駅もやっぱり面白いですよね。鉄道の歴史と一緒にずっと歴史を刻んでて。
Someone could be made in China, but they would be American. If they're made in China, then they're Chinese. What do you mean? What are you assuming? If they're made in immigrants... Now you're mounting people to objects. You're not made, you're born. Just because I was born of two parents who were not originate from Australia, that doesn't mean I'm not Australian. I was born here, meaning I'm Australian. Just because both my parents aren't doesn't mean I'm not Australian. Like, I have European blood, but I'm American. You were born in America, of course you are. If someone was born in China and then moves to America, they're still Chinese. What do you mean? But do I have American blood? Were you born in America? Do you have an American passport? Do you have an American citizenship? I don't know why it takes so long to answer. Like German heritage. That's not the answer. That doesn't answer the question. Do you have an American citizenship? Because, no. Were you born in America? Yes. Then you default to American. What does the nationality on your birth certificate say? That wasn't what I was asking. What were you asking about? Because you just said you assumed that Hachiroku wasn't Japanese because she doesn't have Japanese blood. Tattoo up and off to my jog, but happy 29th May, end of Middle Ages Day, to stranger. Alright, thanks. Thanks, Meow. Like, Americans are mostly from Germany. If you're gonna be like that, Americans don't exist. Americans are either Spaniards, Native Americans. Like, what are you talking about? Who the fuck cares about your ancestry? The only thing you should care about is where you were born and who your and what nationality your parents are. Who the fuck cares about what nationality your fucking great-great-granddad was 300 years ago? Yeah, guys, I'm 0.1% African. That means I can say the N-word because my great-great-great-granddad was immigrated to America. Like, what do you mean? if you are born in a country, your nationality is that country. My parents are New Zealander and Vietnamese. That doesn't mean I'm not Australian. What do you mean? To this point, we're not going to get anywhere if you aren't understanding what I'm talking about. If I don't understand what you're talking about, you're not going to get anywhere. Because this whole thing started with you asking if Hachiroku was Japanese. And I said her name would be different if she was not Japanese. And then you said she was made in Japan. So that defaults to her being Japanese. Right? Paulette is French because she was born in France, and she also has French, a French parent, but she's still got Japanese blood, and that doesn't mean she's not, like, American blood isn't a thing because the people that founded was European. Get what I mean? That doesn't mean you're European. Like I said, what the fuck does it? What the fuck does your ancestry have to do with anything? Not by ancestry. I'm confused. What are you confused about? Your nationality is for you what it says on your fucking passport, right? Is the country you're born in. That is your nationality. It doesn't have anything to do with where what country your parents are from, right? That's why Hachiroku is Japanese. She was made / aka born in Japan. So she's Japanese. But where is the origin of blood? Who the fuck cares? Are you saying that everyone's European because everyone's either European or African because we all originated from that supercontinent? If you don't find ancestry fascinating, this conversation has nothing to do with ancestry. This all started with Hachiroku, who has no ancestry because she was not born from parents. She was made in a factory, in a Japanese factory, which means she's Japanese. Okay, but then I asked a different question. Yeah, well, you didn't ask a different question. You stated something. You said someone could be made in China, but they would be American. Which is incorrect, because if they were born in China, they're still Chinese. could be. Okay, well, first of all, you said made. So the whole it's mute. It's moot at that point. All right. Because if a person is made, that would imply that they were lab grown and they never actually had any parents to begin with. If they're born, you would imply that implies two parents. Ugh. I could be American with German blood, right? Yes. No shit. But that's not what you were talking about. Alright? If you are born in China, you are Chinese. Just because you've moved to America, and you got your you got American citizenship, doesn't mean you're not Chinese. So American blood technically doesn't exist. American blood does exist. American blood in the sense of white people in the United States, no, that doesn't exist. American blood, when it comes to Native Americans, does exist. Oh, I'm white. Yes, I know you're white. I figured that. But we are not talking about ancestry. We are talking about Hachiroku. What I was asking. Sure, you didn't ask a question though. You stated that a Chinese that someone could okay. Let me just say it again. Right, because you did not where is it? Someone could be made in China, but they would be American. That's what you stated. That is not true. Someone who was born in China is Chinese. Right? I'm Australian. Just because my mom is Vietnamese and my dad is from New Zealand doesn't mean I'm not Australian. I was trying to talk about ancestry at that point. What did ancestry have to do with Hachidoku? Alright, anyway, I've been looking at Paulette's face the whole time. I think I was done with that part at that point. Right. I've been staring at Paulette's face for too long. So, just... fuck off about ancestry.
ポーレットは本当に鉄道が好きなのだな。
The moment I say that, Paulette flails her arms wildly.
私とか浅いですよ。そんな知識も全然。
どうした？
すみません。今日、議会でもなんか、答弁、長くて。
ああ、喉が疲れているのか。ちょっと待て。
With the station building so close, there's no shortage of vending machines. I hear that honey is good for the throat, but Paulette seems to be really particular with her tea. I know.
これを飲むといい。
But I know. Yuzu and honey drink. Paulette accepts it with a relieved smile. I mean, lemon and honey is good for the throat, so Yuzu wouldn't be that dissimilar.
ありがとう、相鉄くん。お金。
Yuzu? Yuzu is the Switch emulator that got sued by Nintendo.
そのくらいはおごらせてくれ。それが嫌なら、授業料ということで処理してくれ。
It's also a citrus fruit that originates from Japan.
授業料？
本奥に客貨尺。二つも専門用語を習った。86を驚かすくらいの役には立とう。
I'm not confusing you though. Both are true.
そっか。なら、授業料、いただきますね。
Paulette runs toward the side of the engine storage and sits down on the platform. She then beckons me over.
ここからなら、もっと景色いいです。8620もよく見えますよ。
Why does she look so weird in this? I don't know. Is it because her eyes look bigger? No, never mind. I was talking about in regard to the drink. Well, yeah, but you asked me what Yuzu was. Inside the engine storage is 8620, quietly sleeping. Large, dark, and heavy. Even when motionless, it feels like it can crush everything. It's scary. The smell of blood, the sound of twisted metal. At night, the images come more vividly, cause me to shiver. I get confused easily. Yeah, I figured.
綺麗ですよね。8620。夜よりもっと黒いみたいで。
Well, you know, the color of night is aided by the color of the moon, the light of the moon, I guess. A warm voice, it penetrates the smooth and soothes my body. Jesus.
綺麗。ああ。
Shortits, you mind speaking up on that one?
綺麗。ああ。
I don't know why the redeems aren't working. Hang on, mix it up. What is up? Where is it? Channel? No. No. Mans. Yes. No, not that one. Community commands? No. Which channel points? That's it. I'm off until the weekend. Oh, cool. Okay. Mix it up. Explain why my commands are not working. It has almost been a year since I followed you. Yeah, it's almost been a year since I started streaming. Okay, it's not loading. Let me mix it up. And reopen it. Are you glad I'm here? I wished there was more than one regular, but yes. Do I scare people away? I think you need to realize people don't watch people don't like watching others play visual novels. Especially since with how it is on Twitch. If you aren't watching from the start, you're not going to be invested as much as okay. There you go. The commands work again. Anyway, thanks for the hydrate. End of the stretch. I start to feel the same upon hearing that a black color, darker than night, darker than darkness itself. Okay, you don't need, it's not that deep. When you stare at it, it feels like it can absorb even my deepest worries. You're still a bit too quiet there, sort of, to fear sternness, but that's not all. The black body of 8620 encapsulates much more than that.
いいな。異様というのだろうな。こういうもの。今は動かぬものであるのに、美しく、頼もしくさえある。
Kind of force you to be a VN streamer, didn't they? Yes. And I'm essentially the only one. Okay, let me do this. BGM, maybe quiet. 10%. Paulette smiles in response to my declaration. She enjoys it as if I'm complimenting her. Like, I am literally probably the only one exclusively streaming visual novels, right? Obviously, there's other VTubers / streamers who have streamed visual novels, right? But they're not exclusively streaming them.
誇りがきっとまだあるんです。たくさんの人たちを運んだ誇りが錆びつかないまま。
Thank you, by the way. Yeah.
誇りか。
I know why you started gifting me them, but yeah. If even things can have pride, then accidents are ruthless occurrences that can take it all away. So in that case, even if Hachiroku doesn't desire it,
救いたいものだな。
I articulate the thought into words. It's not out of doing so vicariously, because I still haven't recovered from the accident. So, no, I simply want 8620 to be able to stand up again. While there aren't many visual novel content creators, especially after Boss Squad passed, so that is probably one of the reasons. I think you need to realize that it's because of the same thing that happened with Lost Paws, where they realized that, hey, maybe recording exclusively visual novels is not a sustainable business model when it comes to content creation. Right? Especially since visual novels are like one of the least interactable forms of video games out there. I'm paying you, right? I mean, yeah, but I can't make a living off of you exclusively.
救えますよ。相鉄くんなら。私たちみんななら。
So, you know, unless there are other people who, you know, maybe it's because I am not marketing myself right, you know? Maybe if I advertised essentially on like Twitter, Copium. No, the Copium is me blaming the visual novels for me not being popular enough, right? Because you can still play visual novels, especially if you can be entertaining enough. So, you know.
Ah,
Right. If we all come together, if Paulette did not take me out here tonight, I never would have realized such a simple thing.
ポーレットはいつから鉄道を好きになったのだ？
A simple curiosity that arises from my desire to know Paulette and railways a little more.
きっかけはいくつかありますけど、
Her blue eyes close as she remembers the past. Then she turns to me.
大事なきっかけはいくつもあって、けど一番最初ならおばあちゃんです。
おばあちゃん？
はい、勝子おばあちゃん。昔機関士をやってたって話を聞いて。
女性機関士か。珍しかったと86に聞いたが。
I believe Hachiroku's engineer was the only female engineer in the Teo engine depot for a long time.
どこの機関区にいらしたんだ？
知らないんです。どこでいつまで働いていて、どんな機関車に乗ってたのかとか。
Damn, that's crazy. And then she's gonna find out that Hachiroku's original engineer was Paulette's grandmother.
ご自分のことは話されないタイプの方だったのか？
そうでした。けど、これのことだけは聞かせてくれて。
おう。
Inside her pocket, she carefully takes out a railroad pocket watch that has very obviously been taken good care of.
前にも少し見たことがあるが、見事なものだな。
It's made of gold, detailed, easy to read, and beautiful.
メーカーが違うのだな。86のものは抵抗車のものだったが。
国産じゃないんですよ。米国製です。ウォールサム。
ほう。このくらい古い時代のものだと相当珍しいのではないか？
She nods proudly.
米国の大統領が来た時、移動にお召し列車を使ってもらったそうなんです。
Who would be the American president at this time? If this truly did take place in like 1980s, I think, whenever the anime said it takes place, the US president at the time would be who? Fucking Reagan? Maybe. But before Bush, right? Hang on. US presidents. Right. Actually, I should look up Maitetsu anime. There's 1989. Right. So that would have been yeah, no, it would have been like the literal start of George H.W. Bush's Ronald Reagan, originally an American actor and politician, became the 40th president of the United States, serving 1981 to 1989. Yes. So the US president they're referring to could either be Ronald Reagan or H.W. Bush. So it could be one or the other, since wait. Yeah. Wait. No, it would have been surely it would have been Reagan, right? Because elections are held during November, It's confusing. Yeah. Okay, no. Elections are held in November of 1988, right? So then it would have been H.W. Bush who was the president who visited Japan. So, yeah. That is... And also this is their grandma they're talking about. Yeah.
ほう。帝が直々に供応したのか。
You and I know the name of the Imperial train. It was a special train used only for the Emperor.
そのお召し列車の機関士、おばあちゃんが務めたそうで、これ、その時に大統領からいただいた品なんだそうです。
通りで、見事な品のはずだ。
The chain is most likely solid gold. Then why does it look silver? It's securely fastened to Paulette's buttonhole. What? To Paulette's what hole? Paulette makes sure that she doesn't lose or drop it. She continues to carry it around even now.
その話を聞いて、私も機関士さんになりたいなって、それで鉄道のことを頑張って勉強とかして。けど。
But with the advent of the track closure era, railways themselves went to ruin. It makes me wonder how much grief Paulette suffered then.
おばあちゃん、私のことをかわいそうがって、形見にってこれ、くれたんです。
When does the time change? We will never know. It's a fake watch. The hands have never actually moved. Paulette sounds like she's tearing up. Tries to calm herself by gulping down the drink.
ああ、残念。なくなっちゃいました。
Does it change between times in the story? I mean, yeah. I mean, last time she showed the pocket watch, I don't think it read the same time. Maybe.
そうか。なら、これもどうだ?
I wasn't paying attention the first time they showed it. My throat doesn't hurt. I only took a drink or two to accompany her.
いただきます。
This time, she doesn't tilt the can as sharply. He sips the drink quietly, slowly.
甘い。
同じものだろ? 味など同じではないのか?
Don't do this indirect kiss bullshit, alright?
そうなんですけど。
Even in the dark, I can tell that Paulette's cheeks are turning bright red. But why? The moment I realize it, I grow a little embarrassed too. No, don't do this. There's that so-called indirect kiss. Paulette, you are the fucking mayor. Why are you getting flustered over this bullshit? Alright? It's not like we're in elementary school. It's impossible to be embarrassed over something so trivial. Exactly. So why are you? But the more I think about it, the more fretful I feel. Yeah.
私、明日も朝から乗務ですから、
ああ、そうだな。早く休んだ方がいい。
Paulette bows in a jerky movement. I'd let Paulette. Never mind. When I see her, I think about what happened in the morning. Finish. I'd let Paulette jerky my movement. Never mind.
とはいえ、焦らず帰るんだぞ。腰など痛めては大変だ。
そうですくん、あり
Paulette says it frantically before turning to the rail shop. He suddenly stops and pauses briefly before turning to me. Would let any anime girl do that? No, I wouldn't let Kaori from Red Little Joker do that.
あと、柚子蜂蜜、ごちそうさま。甘かったです。おやすみなさ
Good night.
だから焦るなと言っているのに。
I laughed to myself about it. I used to laugh at the girls' comics that Michiko read all the time.
なるほど。確かに焦るものだな。関節キスというやつは。
you know what? I don't see how you would panic over indirect kiss thing. Kaori in Riddle Joker. Yeah? What do you mean? The teacher. Yeah. You know, the bad guy. Bending down at the wrist. If evil, why heart? No, that's Cinderella, okay? Kaori's just crazy. But so is Cinderella, but it's different, okay? Look at fucking Hachiroku. You like crazy girls. Alakino. Okay, well, she's not crazy. She's just... How do you say? She's very... Look, Alakino is cunning. She's not crazy. She's very smart, alright? Ukami's bow mixed with her tall stature and proper etiquette can pack a punch.
ごめんなさい。なぎちゃんも誘ったんですけど、剣術修行をするってどっか行っちゃったです。
Copium? What do you mean copium? Just because she applies Bond of Life to herself doesn't mean she's crazy, okay? Hutao actually just removes her health, so, you know, people don't call her crazy. They just call her something else. Crazy. Damn it.
構わん。深見が来てくれただけでもありがたい。
Shut up about copium.
頑張りました。です。
うん。
Her expression makes it obvious that she's eager to be complimented. I reach over to her without thinking. Can't justify herself. Okay, well, Arlecchino and Cinderella are hot because they're not... Well, actually, they aren't human, right? Because Arlecchino has fucking black hands, so she may or may not be part Hilichurlian, I guess. It's the same thing with Caterpillar in one of the world quests. He also had black hands and he became a Hilichurl, so like, yeah, that's not helping. Look, it's because Kaori is look, okay, it's because Kaori's more realistic of a character, seeing her crazy side makes it don't dig yourself deeper. Look, okay. Look, okay. At least Arlecchino and Cinderella showed how crazy they were before and didn't hide how the crazy, okay? let's move on. I pat Fukami I pat Fukami high on her head. She twitches for a moment, then closes her eyes in bliss. You're making it worse. I'm not making it worse, alright? I'm cooking it. It's because Kaori was a twist villain. Okay, if she was crazy from the start, I'd be more accepting of it.
Noto.
Signora? I'd let her kick me. What? I shouldn't have gotten so close when she's not even my sister. But seeing the satisfied Fukami makes it seem strange if I apologized for it. You know my point. Yeah, but the difference is that Signora was crazy from the start, alright? That's what I mean! Kaori was hiding the crazy until fucking the last minute. Doesn't matter. It does matter, alright? Because the crazy makes them hotter, which means that because Kaori hid the crazy, it makes her less hot. Yeah. Also, less of... They're showing only Hachiroku's hair, hat now. They showed, like, the top of her eyebrows, but now it's just... But you still like crazy people? Only in fiction.
で、兄さんはなんでみんなを呼び集めたんですか？
But it's different when they hide the crazy, alright? Because Kaori tried to act not crazy, and that's what makes her less hot.
そうだったな。その話だ。86。
Can't argue yourself out of it. What do you mean? I'm cooking.
はい、相鉄様。
Suggested plan for 8620 replay reveal and Steam Shochu manufacture and sale. What the fuck? Really, Arson? I'm cooking. With the advice of Makoda, I compiled everything I could think of into some documents with Hachiroku's now which Hachiroku's now passing out.
これ面白そうです。
Fukami instantly gives her approval, while Hibiki grows a glowering expression on her face.
ポーレット、この字はなんて読むですか？
Granted, do you know how to read?
工事用例が焼酎作りの原料の一つかな。
Vanna reads one character at a time, while Paulette reads the whole document carefully.
うん。
Paulette soon raises her head with glittery eyes. She suddenly blushes bright red and then shakes her head side to side. She takes a deep breath, looks over the document again and sips her water slowly to bridge the gaps.
これはいいや。素晴らしくありだと思います。8620回収の時点から、これなら半ば公共事業的に。
She suddenly closes her mouth. She looks at the documents again and nods.
うん。この案でしたら、回収の方については、市から既存の補助金、多分つけられる枠があります。
おお、そうなればありがたい。
Even if the subsidies are small, if we have the approval of the city, that's enough to gain public trust and make it easier for people to join in the effort.
ともかく周知、認知度の向上、ひいてはできる限り多くの市民に回収に関わってもらうことが最重要だ。
I summarize the main points of the plan to everyone.
お人よの SL として8620を認識してもらう。それができれば、8620を観光復権の旗印とできよ
お人よしの、私たちの町の SL。
Still frowning, Hibiki mumbles to herself.
だから兄さんは工場誘致賛成派の私に蒸気焼酎のラベルをかけとおっしゃっているのですか？
別に切り崩そうと企んでいるわけではない。響が賛成派のままでも僕は一向に構わない。
Her expression seems both surprised and lonely at the same time. Reaffirming that she's bad with words, Hibiki thinks about each and every word internally.
銀行主導で作ったという響のイラストマップを見て思った。お人よの再生を願う気持ちは同じだと。
はい。
同じ目的であるのなら力を貸してもらえるかとも考えた。響の目的は工場誘致そのものではなかろう。
それはエアクラ工場の誘致はもちろんお人よの経済再生のための手段と考えています。
うん。
ですから工場誘致なしによりリスクの少ない形で経済再生ができるなら理想的ですけど。
She admits that it's ideal, but trails off with that butt part. I see. I'm starting to realize what Hibiki's hesitation is. Ever since she was young, Hibiki's been very obsessed with us in a certain way. Obsessive in a certain way. In other words, she's clumsy with life in general.
響、手段は道具だ。最初にこれと選んだ道具に愛着を持つのはいいことだ。鉄道を愛する気持ちは確かに尊い。
With Paulette, Reina, and Hachiroku watching, Hibiki gives an ambiguous nod.
が、それに固執し、その他を頭から否定するのでは、最初に出会ったあの時のわがままな86と同じだぞ。
Perhaps being a little ashamed or sulking, Hachiroku turns away. Hibiki realizes the meaning this time, nodding strongly.
エアクラをオン敵とまで言っていた86は、しかしエアクラの利便性を認め、共存を考えるようになった。
Now she even rides on my flight aircraft by herself. Hibiki knows that fact, so I'm sure the message can get through to her without any misunderstanding.
手段は道具だ。結果を出すのに最適なものを選べばいい。もし、どれが最適か、すぐには判断がつかぬものなら。
使い比べればよいのです。
If you understand both sides, you can argue for or against it easier. Quietly and succinctly, Hachiroku puts my words together.
マスターに不便をかけてまで使い続けられることを、道具は、手段は、決して望みはいたしません。
Reina nods to Hachiroku's statements, clearly as a matter of fact.
輸送のお役に立てぬなら、観光のお役に立てばいい。溶かされ素材に戻っても、形を変えて役立てばいい。
Her entirely emotionless voice reaffirms to me that Hachiroku's a thing. Although she shares the intelligence of humans. No, her intelligence may even surpass that of many. You call humans dumb? I mean, he's not wrong. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, I'm not calling Hachiroku a thing, okay? Sotetsu called her a thing, and he's the master, so, you know. Anyway, let's get back to the game. And welcome back, Dexter.
使い比べられ試されることは私たちの宿命です。その上で選ばれるのなら、それこそまさに誇りなのです。
比べることはずるかことじゃなかった？
You heard about the China-Taiwan situation. I don't think there's a single person who hasn't heard of the China-Taiwan situation. I knew it. Hibiki's mulling that over. She cannot make a decision because of that obsessive part of her, but I can't acknowledge Hibiki's refusal to grow as a virtue.
比べることをずるいと考える気持ちもわかる。だが、それを言うなら、比べることもまたずるい。
Hibiki's smart. She should know what I mean without me telling her.
比べないのは最初から機会を奪うことであり、同時に思考の放棄に等しいと僕は考える。
思考の放棄。
僕はこの案を銀行に、宝生妃のところにも持ち込むつもりだ。
Hibiki twitches. Her reaction affirms things. The logical and emotional mainstay of Hibiki's support for the factory is Hosho Kisaki.
そうして僕は確信している。宝生妃は間違いなく工場誘致の手を緩めずに僕らの案にも協力すると。
Well, I can guarantee that Kisaki is the reason why she is for the factory plan.
そうですね。木崎先輩なら絶対間違いなくそうします。
But considering that Kisaki will eventually considering that Kisaki has a route of her own, that means that she won't be for the factory for long. Her hesitant eyes clear up. The cheerful light that I've always seen is in Hibiki returns.
兄さん、私書きます。長期焼酎のラベル、私にかける一番いい絵で仕上げてみせます。
そうか、助かる。
やめてください。お礼だなんて兄弟ですよ、水臭い。
そうだったな。
Despite being adopted, she's still my sister, and although it may be late, I understand what Hibiki really wants. Okisaki corrupts Sotetsu, the bad end. Okay, well, considering that you have to do Hibiki's route to unlock Kisaki's route, maybe. Maybe Kisaki is still for the factory, and maybe Hibiki is also for the factory and convinces Sotetsu to change his plans or whatever.
頼りにしてるぞ、響。
Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Rub, rub, rub. I pat Hisaki on the head wildly. Hibiki. I was thinking about Kisaki, and I saw Hibiki's Hisaki. Shut up.
兄さん、髪がくしゃくしゃになっちゃう。
But she didn't tell me to stop. This part of her hasn't changed since we were kids.
それでですね、相鉄くん。
うん。
Hearing her sharp presidential voice, I start patting and straighten my posture.
8620がどんな機関車か、数字だけだと普通の人は実感できないと私は思います。
それはそうだな。僕とて大きさと凄さを実感したのは目の当たりにしてようやっとだった。
計画がどんなに優れたものに思えても実感がないと人はなかなか動き出せないとも思います。
それも確かに。
ですから考えたんですけど、修復にかかる前に8620一度公開展示したらどうでしょう。
見てみたいです。
A voice from an unexpected source pops up.
蒸気機関車って本物見たことないから、興味とか結構あるです。
確かに、深見たちにはそうだろうな。僕世代でも子供の頃にかろうじてたから。
なぎちゃんも実物見れるんだったら来ると思うし、なぎちゃんすごく人気あるからたくさん来て、親御さんも。
Kami blushes as she says that, but I find the meaning to be convincing.
なるほど。人気があるというナギに学友を誘ってもらえば、その保護者たちにも自然、周知ができるというわけか。
What are you talking about, Sotetsu? Nagi's meant to be of age. That's why she has hate scenes. Why would she be friends with kids who need to be supervised by their parents, okay?
です。
口コミは効果ありますからね。ことに、お人よのような古い町では。
Plot hole? Yeah. It's only a plot hole in the English translation.
保護者にも様々な世代の方がいるだろうし、な。
Nagi and Fukami's generation have never seen it. Old man Minokasa's generation must find it nostalgic. This spans 2, maybe even 3 generations. We may be able to involve the entire family.
町全体を巻き込むという目的には、確かに、学園生からの口コミは大きな効果を示せそうに思う。
What was it in Japanese? I don't think they have these characters over the age of so and so in Japan. I think that's only to comply with American censorship laws or whatever.
あと、ポスターとかビラとかあれば、発宣所でも配るです。そした
ら。なるほど。観光客にもアピールしておけば、いざ8620が走った時にリピートを望めるかもしれんな。
なら、展示会場には来場者アンケートも用意して、案内が必要な人には連絡をできるようにしましょう。
写真もたくさん飾るときっといいですよ。パパさんのとか、ポーレットのマイテツ仲間さんのとか。
What do you mean, Daddy?
そうね、レイナ。すごく素敵な考えね。86系なら走ってる写真もたくさんあるはず。
Isn't it just society's censorship laws, technically? Oh. You know, some places realize that fictional characters are fictional. So, you know.
レイナ、褒められちゃいました。
Age laws don't apply to fictional characters. Logically speaking. But, you know, laws and shit. Ideas beget ideas, stimulating the debate. A healthy cycle is born from this.
ポスターとビラも負担的に大丈夫であれば響に頼めると嬉しいのだが。
キービジュアルを書いてラベル、ポスター、ビラにバリエーションやレイアウトを変えて活用する。
Hibiki answers without hesitation.
そうすれば負担の増加は最小限で済みますから。私、兄さんの期待に応えてみせます。
頼もしいな。
Those words are from the bottom of my heart. Without even realizing it, Hibiki's become a professional in her line of work. It doesn't help that her voice actor is... her voice actress is also Chocola's. So, just whenever I hear Chocola's voice, I just assume that the character who's voiced by it is meant to be the useless type. So, sorry Hibiki, I assumed wrong. What was Hachiroku's again? I forgot. Hang on. Hachiroku's voice actress is Hiritani Hana, who has played a lot of roles. Like Ayase in Riddle Joker. We did not look up. Let's just say we didn't look up Hachiroku's voice actress the last time, because I would have realized that I would have remembered that she voiced Ayase in Riddle Joker. She voices a character in Clover Days. She voices a character in Hello Lady. She voices a character in Senran Banka. She voices a character in 9-9. And, in the Grisaya series. Where else? I don't think I know any other, wait. She voices a character in Rain Code. But I only know... I've only heard the English dub for Rain Code, so, like, yeah. It would not, that wouldn't have helped the finding out who she was. Tanezaki Atsumi has also voiced... Really? Wait, she voiced Frieren? You know what? I shouldn't be surprised. Hachiroku definitely sounds like Frieren. Hang on a minute. Okay, you've got Frieren. Anya. Sajuna Inui from Dress Up Darling. Blue Poison from Arknights. Interesting. Iori in 13 Sentinels. Juno and Beastars. Right. Ryo Futaba from Bunny Girl Senpai. Hanako from Precon. Neptunite from Oseka no Kuni. Oh, she plays... She voices USS Albacore in Azure Lane. And also John the Ark, Zara, and Paula. But you'd only care about Albacore out of the four. She plays Lilith in Monster Musume. Natsuki in Persona 3. Lisa in Terror in Terror and Resonance. Right. The Ditzy Demons are in love with me. Gourmet. McDonald's. Anya. Yep. Let's just say she's very well established. She played Lady Nagant in My Hero Academia. Interesting. Also played Gretel in Mary Skelter. Damn. Yeah, and Murasaki in the Grisaya series. We're just chatting. voiced this dude. Ah. Oh man. Right. It engages in, not sexually involved. Yeah, I never would have guessed. Hang on, okay, if who was it? Anzu Mitsu, who is Reina's voice actress, is, well, I don't know any of these. Infinite Stratos? Interesting. Who was the, who was the one who voiced Cowdy again? It was, Makota's voice actress, right? I'm gonna have to scroll down a lot. She voices the fully blood-related sister in 9-9. Interesting. Actually, I could have just gone to Riddle Joker. And then just found out ISA, Howdy is voiced by the same character who voices so-and-so from Maitetsu. Yeah, it is Makoto. Okay. Anyway, that was too long. Continue. No. Not just Hibiki. Paulette, Fukami, and even Reina all seem more like professionals now. They apply their experience and bring up good ideas one after another. Yeah, but Reina's still baby.
ありがとう。
I bow. I feel like the natural... it feels like the natural thing to do. I wait a while before lifting my head and turning to Hachiroku.
ということだ、86。お前も望んでくれるなら、修復前の8620の展示を行いたい。
私はすでに申しております。
Hachiroku's voice is calm. I don't see anything unusual about her complexion or appearance. But I completely understand. Revealing it before the repairs would mean exposing the scars of the accident.
私も8620も相鉄様の所有物で経営資源です。ですので当然。
Kami's VA voices Shigure? Jesus. Yeah, no, now that I hear it, I can definitely hear ISA in Hachiroku's voice.
故に、僕の望みに従う。者としてのお前たちの本懐がそれと理解している。
Then it should be fine. The logical side of my mind tells me so. But I'm not the only one with emotions. Hachiroku must have her own.
その上でと、お前は修復前の8620の公開を果たして望むのか。
The scars of the accident run deep. I could sympathize with it to a certain extent. If the display will unbearably rub salt into the wounds of Hachiroku, it will delay the revival of 8620.
ですから、私は相鉄様の所有物として。
See, it's not just Sotetsu who called Hachiroku a thing. Hachiroku called herself a thing.
物を超えた部分の、お前をお前たらしめる知性の、お前自身の、お前の望みはどうであるかと聞いている。
私自身、私の望み。
But what is a thing? Vsauce music. Her voice shakes. Her hesitation is further proof to me that there's a side of Hachiroku that transcends being a mere thing.
以前にお尋ねいただいた時と変わらぬことしかまだ私には言えません。
Isaki's VA voiced someone in Princess of Angel. Yeah, well, I don't remember what any of the characters in Princess of Angel sound like, so those words come from Hachiroku's lips powerlessly.
自分の望みが何であるのか答える以前に考えようとすることが私には難しいようです。
そうか。
I was the same way in the past. That's my first instinct anyway. This is also meant to be Anya's voice actress, by the way. The guilt of involving your loved ones in an accident. Because of that, wanting something can be scary.
ですがこれだけはわかります。8620の望みでしたらわかります。
Hachiroku faces forward.
あの子は間違いなく望みます。どれほどの傷をさらそうとどれほど苦痛を味わおうとも。
She quietly ties words together with her head still down.
客車を引いてもう一度お客様と共に走ること。ただそれだけを必ずあの子は望みます。
Jesus Christ. Okay, she definitely said bye in that sentence. Crazy Fukami's VA voiced Shigure as well. Yeah, it's crazy that Hachiroku's VA voiced Anya as well. I think I'm gonna end it off here for today. No, listen, okay. Yeah. Listen, alright. May I bribe? I mean, like... No. Because, for tomorrow. You can for tomorrow, yes. If you want to bribe for Maitetsu tomorrow, it's gonna be another 25. Maybe I should increase... Maybe I should increase the bribe, because, look... It gets tiring playing only one visual novel. No? What do you mean, no? There's a reason I alternate in my recordings, because playing through... One more 25. Okay, fine. One more 25. But, like, Jesus Christ, playing Maitetsu every day is tiring, okay? Especially since there hasn't been much progress being made, okay? In the story, I mean. To an extent. right? Like we're still trying to get this this goddamn train fixed, and you know we're still trying to secure the funds, let alone the parts for it. So yeah.
Anime lolis for life.
Thank you for the 25. Well, you heard the man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for liking. If you enjoyed, a follow would be appreciated. And if you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. Tomorrow, we're gonna be playing more Maitetsu. Hooray! So, yeah. With that being said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And Dragnar Academy's tomorrow, not today. Don't confuse me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.